the number 1 field goal percentage team, over 50%. Number 13 field goal percentage team. So, they were looking to make strides in that area. Whoa.
What's Gucci Shinobi World? It's your boy 22 Khalil, and guys, we need to have a talk about the Nuggets. Well, more importantly, Bol Bol. I'm telling you guys, when I woke up from my nap and seen that Nuggets lineup on Twitter, Jokic, Jeremy Grant, Bol Bol, Paul Millsap, and Mason Plumlee, I was rubbing my eyes like, what the was the Nuggets trolling the Wizards with that tall ball lineup? But also seeing that lineup, I realized this is Bol Bol's first NBA game. He was playing in the G League before the NBA stopped, and yesterday was really his first game, and he set NBA Twitter on fire. 16 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 blocks. But if you're just looking at the stats, that would do a total injustice. To really understand, you would have to watch the game to really see the hype. Hitting threes, running the floor well, athleticism, he looked really good. Then there was that one play of him getting that block, and immediately going on the other end and making that pull-up three. Wild. A guy of his height shouldn't be able to do these things. He shouldn't. You're stepping on fast breaks and whatnot. But with him doing what he did yesterday, it makes you wonder, how good can Bol Bol actually be? Crazy thing is, he had this hype way back in college. In his 1 year with Oregon, he really showed off his offensive versatility, which really separated him from your average college big. You know, probably 10 years ago, a traditional tall post-up big would work in the NBA, but with the way the NBA is evolving, most bigs gotta have athleticism or versatility on offense and defense. If not, you're probably not gonna last long in this league. So to see Bol Bol be that athletic at the size he is, and coming out of high school, it was very encouraging for his draft stock. And then, once he showed his offensive potential in college, you got the sense that he's not your average 7'2" big. The stuff he did at Oregon was pretty amazing. The stuff he did there was probably stuff maybe only Porzingis could do around that size. You know, taking defenders off the dribble, running the floor well, and showing off his amazing shooting ability. Then defensively, he did what we expected of a 7'2", 7'8" wingspan demigod. Just affecting shots at a high rate, whether it was from contesting the shot or just blocking the ball. His defensive impact was on full display. But with that amazing size and height comes possible concerns. And with him injuring his foot only 9 games in at Oregon, a lot of NBA scouts and teams became concerned. No matter how talented you are as a big, if you have foot or back injuries, NBA teams will always put you down as a red flag. And believe it or not, Bol Bol suffered a foot injury having a stress fracture in his right foot. Big men with foot problems usually have short, painful careers. Joel Embiid is trying his best to prove people wrong, but Joel Embiid just gets hurt in general pretty often. So at the moment, it's really hard to call him an outlier. Also, this didn't go well to the fact that people wanted to see him against top-tier college competition. As you guys know, when it comes to college basketball, most teams don't have NBA talent. And with a small sample size mixed with his red flag foot injuries, people really fell off the whole Bol Bol bandwagon. He did pretty amazing in college, averaging 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks. But considering the fact that he only played 9 games, teams really were scared to the overall idea of him being drafted. But with that being said, we didn't expect him to fall as much as he did. Coming into that draft, a lot of people didn't know that he was going to fall all the way to the second round, which was pretty crazy to me. When watching Bol Bol slip, I was looking at these other players get picked over him, and I was just shocked. I kept telling my older brother on draft night, why is a prospect so talented slipping this far? His foot injury is a big concern, I understand that, but he was a top 10 prospect. I will fully understand if he slipped to that mid to late first round area, but for him to be drafted at 44? Shruggy? Like, let's be honest, out of this draft class, do you guys think there's 44 players better than Bol Bol? Is he that much of a risk not to take a chance on him? Like, I'm really confused, help me out. Yes, his foot injury is still concerning to this day, but looking at the talent of that draft class, it's not good enough of a class to let Bol Bol slip all the way to 44. I promise you guys, there isn't 44 players in that draft better than Bol Bol. The chance was right there for multiple teams to take a risk and draft him, but some teams were comfortable drafting a player with less talent, which is the safe move. But look, scared money don't make no money, and teams need to take a risk and develop Bol Bol. He's just that good of a talent. And luckily, he fell to the Nuggets, who have an eye for talent. Michael Porter Jr. went through the same thing, falling deep in the first round. Before the draft, he was thought of as the best prospect in his class. Then when he got his back injury, teams really started to get scared off. But instead of getting a player that was probably going to pan out to be a role player, the Nuggets front office, being the goons that they are, decided to take that risk and get Michael Porter Jr., who really shouldn't have been there in the first place. So to see him take Bol Bol the next year after really ended up not being a big shock to me. The Nuggets now have 2 potential potential franchise-changing players. And from the looks of it, the Nuggets are probably going to ease both of them in for the future, so right now, don't expect them to get heavy minutes. They do need development, but with the way the Nuggets are set up right now, they do have enough talent to be good without them. Now, good enough to win a championship right now? Probably not. But they still have a very good team. The Nuggets ended up making 2 quote-unquote risky picks, and it might pay off for them big time in the future. Now, at the moment, they do have good pieces right now in Jamal Murray and Jokic, but at this moment, I don't think they have the firepower to really beat the Lakers and Clippers. I still think that they need at least one more player to really hang with the big boys of the Western Conference. But at the moment, if we're talking who has one of the best young cores in the NBA, the Nuggets need to be in that conversation. Jamal Murray, Jokic, Bol Bol, and Michael Porter. If all of them ends up reaching their full potential, I don't know how many young cores are going to be better than that. But back to the main point with Bol Bol, I don't want to make no instant hot takes calling him a Hall of Famer or anything, especially after basically one preseason game. But man, his potential is through the roof. It's going to take a while, let's not get it twisted. He's probably going to need to put on more weight to get stronger. But man, if this Nuggets team can develop over time, they might have some diamonds in the rough with him and Michael Porter Jr. But overall, guys, what's your initial thoughts on Bol Bol and the Nuggets? Let me know down in the comment section. Also, don't forget to like and sub the teams to help the channel grow. But anyways, my Lakers play soon, so I gotta mentally prepare for that. So until next time, it's your boy 22 Khalil, and as they always say in Japan, Jamatane. Peace.